Good morning, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Glad you can be with me, Brandon Hardison, President of Champion Strategies, with today's edition of Hardison's Tips. So I know you have a busy day, end of the month, so let's get right into it. Today, I'd like to talk about strategies to prospect for new customers online. This is becoming more of the standard. It will be a little bit more in the future. Not saying that the old style of prospecting that you were taught maybe 10, 20 years ago didn't say it didn't work, but now with the new technologies, there are different ways of doing it. So if you have an online business, prospecting is not only essential to your growth, but it is also vital to your survival. Prospecting helps you find customers. And with customers come the fuel for your cash flow and your products. So, old school definition, hey, well, what is prospecting? Prospecting is the act of actions you make to find a customer to present and sell your product and services. That hasn't changed for decades, but we're going to give you some new ways of thinking about how to gain these prospects. First of all, focus on your target audience. You know what you're trying to achieve with your business, your product, and your services. So find out all the attributes about your target customers. Focus in on your prospecting efforts with that target audience. These attributes can involve different types of demographics, if you will. It's not enough for you to say to your customer, gender, age group, income bracket. Those things used to be easier to deal with, but I would suggest you'll be more successful when you also know the type of lifestyle, purchasing decisions, behaviors from your customers. That should what we be targeting and looking for now. Creating a target list of your prospects that meets your attributes is the best way to try to tone in and make sure that your prospecting efforts will work. So these things need to be thought about when spending your dollars for prospecting. Referrals. Ask your customers to refer you to other customers. Referrals are the easiest way of prospecting to convert those people into customers. Remember, you've already done something of value with one. It's easier to build trust and credibility with people who already put your name up to their friend, their family member, their co-worker. Just ensure that you do them the same way you did your previous customer as far as giving them that value. Networking is another thing that always works when we're looking for prospects. Different ways of doing it now. We have all of these social sites and their platforms like LinkedIn and Twitter and Google Plus and TikTok. There's a lot of ways to do it. How about the people who come visit your website? I should say, how often do you look at your website? But that can be a rich source of prospects for you to list and follow up with. But the key thing is that you need to spend some time on your website. Sometimes we get so caught up in what we're doing, we very rarely check that. Well, I need to have a team. Well, if you're not there yet, you just need to have the discipline to make sure you're organized enough to go with that. How about buying lists of emails to online prospects? If you have the resource in your budget to doing that, buying a list of emails that fits your target audience sure is a good way to start filling up your pipeline. Another thing to think about, how about reaching your target audience with something that we call PPC, and then retargeting advertising and email? Just some ideas to think about. Online advertising does cost money, and your expenses goes up by the type of ads you purchase to the audience that you want to target. That's why focusing on your target audience creates a compelling message that's so important, because these people are pretty much in your wheelhouse. They're looking for what you have, but what you say and how you're going to bring them value, that really never changed. But one way to prospect for customers online is through what we call pay-per-click search ads. PPC is a type of search engine, and it markets in your place and displays in a few keywords on certain pages. You can set and define the budget based on the clicks, visitors that you want to come. Now, there is an expense. If you can't be organized to do that, I strongly suggest you need to hire someone, use one of your family members or your children that could help you with that, because of the investment that you are putting in. The key to selecting keywords, and these are the words that will attract the audience to your value statement and your product and services. We really need to optimize your results and install a conversion tracking system on your landing pages. Now, if you don't know exactly how that works, you can research more about it, but installing a conversion tracking system, we will have another lesson just completely on that, but we have to find a way if our money is working. It's not unlike old school days with newspapers. How can we track if it's working that way? Billboards, how can we track if it's working that way? Same thing here. This PPC we're paying for, but I want to make sure I'm getting the bang for my buck. Now, you can maximize your return on advertising by investing in retargeting. Now, this is a strategy that enables you to bring the prospects that visit your website to learn about your products and services, but do not buy to revisit your website to purchase from. Retargeting involves a technology that allows you to keep track of people who visit your website and display your ads to them and visit other websites. When they click on your ad, they come back to your site. So, once again, dealing with different ways of prospecting may be new to you. I'm just throwing it out there so you can say, let me research more. But whether we like it or not, time moves on. Email is another method to reach your target audience. Send your audience a series of emails that makes them curious to read and respond. Make sure you include links in your emails that takes your prospect to your landing page and or other pages to close, hopefully, a sale. All of these things that I'm just talking about this morning is just things of the future that are going to happen. Because whether we like it or not, the only constant that happens in this world that we call capitalism is change. So either you change with it, or you and your business will be left behind. If that makes a little bit sense to you, research more. Always can play this back to get that, but please think about the future of yourself and your company. Once again, Brad and Hardison, President of Champion Strategies, for Hardison's tip of the day, and always in parting, go out and make it a champion.